Alright guys, today we're going to pull the engine out of this 1965 Beetle, put it up on the stand. Let's do it. Alright, the first thing we need to do is get the carburetors out of the way. Alright, let's get the wires out of the way first. There's a 10mm nut on the alternator. Oh boy. Where'd that go? We lost it. I think it went down in there. It's alright, we'll find it. Let's see if the magnet will pull it out. Nope. It's alright. Alright, we're going to get this rear tin off of here. Oh, that one's tight. Alright, one thing I learned about installing the tin is it gets a little messed up. The paint does if you're not super careful, but this piece it can be repainted. Looks like I paid $35 for it at Triangle Auto Parts. Alright, let's see. The coil is back here, and we've got the coil wire connected to the positive side, and positive cable and negative cable coming off of the distributor connected here. Coil wire, and that's the CB Performance. I forget what they call it, magnet flux or something like that. Magnet core. Yeah, something like that. Alright, let's get the spark plug wires disconnected. Those are the easy ones. Ooh, that one was barely on. I'm surprised that was firing at all. Might not have been. Alright, we'll just tuck all these wires out of the way for now. Disconnect the oil pressure switch. Okay. All right, there's a little connector on this accelerator cable. We want to get that off. That actually came off of a heater box cable, I think. Accelerator cable connector is basically the same thing. I gotta find it. All right, let's get the carburetors out of there. There's a 13, I think. What is that? All right, we're gonna do this real quick because we know how to get them in there. Pulling them out should be pretty easy. It's a 13 on the front here. It's tight. It's real tight, guys. Get them loose and you do it with your fingers. Maybe. These are a pain to get out. You just gotta fight it. Get in there. And there's gotta be a better way. We gotta come up with a better way if somebody hasn't already. I guess if you have the right 13, small one, or a small one. Okay. Get in there. Got that one loose. I'm gonna pull the air filters out of the way. Try to get a little bit more room. It's hardest part is getting these carbs in and out. It's a challenge. These cars weren't meant for, they weren't designed for dual carburetors. Try not to drop those down in the carb. All right, we got the two front nuts off that connect the intake manifolds to the top of the heads. We got to reach around and get the ones in the back. I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to pull these out of here. Then we can start getting the engine out. Did I say real quick? I meant like, 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe an hour. I'll get them out. For you, it'll just be a couple seconds. I think it's a 10, if I remember correctly, the one in the back. Get 10s on this. I wish I could get the camera back in there, but it is just tight. All right, guys, you're gonna have to just use your imagination, but it's pretty tight back here. So my buddy Dennis gave me these to put in the back. You can put them on the front too. He's even got different ones that are even smaller, but they still fit the same stud. It's just the outside diameter is smaller. So those are good. I want to get the smaller ones for the front and the back. And that'll make it easier to get those out of there, in and out. All right, we should be able to pull those out of there now. Let's do it. I think I got everything. Actually, you know what? You gotta do the fuel lines. Forgot about the fuel lines. Forgot about the fuel lines. They're held on with little clamps, and you can get a little flathead in there or a 7mm. Where's the magnet? Forgot about these springs that are in the linkage too. They go in that little hole right there, and that one fell right there, right where it could fall right into the intake, which wouldn't be good, especially if you couldn't get it out. There's one on this side too. See if we can get it out of there. There it is. That insert comes out too, but we'll leave those in there. Yeah, springs. Don't want those falling in the engine. You don't want anything falling in the engine. So hopefully we don't have any of that happen. All right, I'm gonna get the fuel lines loose. They're held on with the little clamps with the 7mm or a flathead. You can get those off, and you have to pull them really hard. Right there. You can push them back with a flathead, get them off the little nub and the inlet. And then pull these off too so they don't fall down in there. Little flathead, stubby flathead to loosen it, and a big one to push it off the fitting. Try not to hit your knuckles. All right, now we should be able to pull them out. Hopefully. All right, let's try that again. Carburetors coming out. There we go. Got him. Carburetor man. All right, cool. Carburetors are out. It's not easy, but you kind of start to get used to it, I guess. I dropped a bolt or a nut in here somewhere. See if I can find it. There it is. Got it. Whoo. There we go. All the nuts and bolts and clips and clamps. Ooh, one more clamp right here. Everything's accounted for. Hopefully nothing's in the engine. I think we're good. Okay guys, now let's see. What do we got here? We push this wire out of the way. All right. That's more how the original engine would have fit in there, and the carburetor would sit right here. So it'd be a lot easier to get. It's a lot easier to get the original engines in and out, or even like an engine like this, you can put a single carb here, and you can still get good performance. You can put those dual single carbs, dual barrel, double barrel. What do they call those things? Progressive. Yeah, a lot of guys will do that. They'll put the double barrel progressives here. You still get really nice horsepower out of them, and you don't have to deal with the double carbs and dealing with syncing them and all that stuff. But they do look real sweet, and they perform. I think they get more performance as far as I know. All right, guys, we've got the wires out of the way. Everything is disconnected except for the engine itself. We've got to disconnect the engine. Got to disconnect the 4 bolts that hold the engine to the transmission, and we can drop this out of here. All right, guys, there's 4 bolts holding the engine to the transmission, and then we'll be able to start lowering it down, hopefully, and then jack the car up and get it out of there. First, we got to do the bolts on the bottom, and they're held on with 17. I'm going to try keeping the car on the ground on the bolts. Let's see. There's a bolt on the starter back there, and then there's another bolt right there underneath that boot. There's bolts on both sides. This side's different because it has the starter. I'm going to get those off real quick. We'll do the bolts on the top, and hopefully we'll be able to lower that baby down. All right, let's do it. It's a tight fit. All right, I forgot you don't have to do the bottom one on the starter, just the top one on the starter. So I got the bottom one on the engine mount on that side. We'll do the bottom one on this side, and then we'll get in here and we'll do there's 2 up here that we got to squeeze in there. You can kind of see them back there. See that nut right there? That one. We got to get that one loose. And there's one on the other side. We got to get loose. Somewhere over there. All right, let's get the 2 top ones loose. And make sure you don't drop them into the manifold. There's one over here somewhere. Barely see it. is it? Man, I can't even see it. All right, I forgot that one. This side on the top is, you got to do it from under here. Yeah, it's in there. Use an extension. Maybe. Wonder if I should put I should probably put the jack under there. Alright, just got it jacked up just a little bit. Yeah, it dropped a little bit. Alright guys, the engine should be loose. We should be able to pull it back and drop it down a little bit. And then I'm going to use the other jack to raise the car up. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but I'm going to try it that way. Let's see what happens. Let's try it. I'm just barely. I got it lifted. The jack is just barely sitting under there, so we should be able to pull it straight back. Kind of wiggle the engine back, hopefully. And try not to have it smash your wrist. Might have to go up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, my wrist is getting smashed. It's okay. And I forgot, I was going to put a towel right there to try to protect that finish. What's that big smell? Carpet from the 914. That might help. help protect this. Again, this is another aftermarket thing that normally factory would not stick out that far. Okay. All right. I think we're out. Yep. Okay. Accelerator cables taking a little bit of a beating. That's all right. And we need to disconnect the fuel filter. I just had it zip tied down here. Okay, cool. All right, the engine is loose and it's down. It's disconnected from the transmission. So now I'm going to use the other jack that's over here. And we're going to reach under there and lift up on the transmission under here. And that should lift up the whole body, hopefully. And we'll be able to get it up over that engine. That's the goal anyway. Let's try it. All right. Is it working? There's a funky smell coming out of the engine for some reason. All right, so far so good. So far so good. Yeah, I don't know, there's a weird smell when I cracked the motor from the transmission. I don't know if it's oil burning in there or what, but definitely a little funky. It's gone now. But that seems to be working pretty good. You can see under there the flywheel and the clutch plate. And you can see where I'm jacking up on the transmission right here. Seems to be working pretty good. Definitely helps to have the long reach, low profile jack. I'm probably gonna get another one of those because it's just good to have multiple jacks for doing stuff. That seems to be working, guys. Let's see, what is this? We got another fuel line here. We gotta detach, right? Let's see if we can get it off of here. Oh, let's suck it on there. We get that fuel line loose. So far, so good. This seems to be working. It's working. I'll make sure the engine's not going to fall over. Feels pretty stable, and we're pretty close. We're pretty close. All right, guys, we're getting there. Alright, the jack is maxed out. I probably should have put a little piece of wood underneath it to get a couple more inches. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's try it. Oh yeah, it works. Cool. It's awesome. Just like shucking a clam. Look at that. Oh yeah. Plenty of room. All right, cool. There it is. All right. That was awesome. That worked really well. Really well. All right, cool. I'm excited. That went better than I thought. So I'm learning how to get these things in and out of here. And it definitely helps to have good high jacks. It gets it up high enough so you can slide that sucker under there, which is pretty cool. And this has a sump on the bottom, so it's sitting higher than normal. Yeah. Don't get under there unless you have some heavy duty jacks like I do. But that thing works awesome. All right, we're gonna pull this out of the way. We're gonna lower that down. We're gonna try to get this on that stand somehow, maybe using that hoist right there. Attach it to one of these beams. Let's try it. All right, coming down. All right, that went a lot smoother than I thought it would. Carbs were the hardest part, really. Yeah, that was good. So what I've learned by putting this engine in is that we've got an issue here, and that's because that spring is bent. So I'm gonna try to fix that before we put it back in. And I'm not worried about this. You know, that's not a big deal. We can always redo the tin at a later date. Maybe this engine might end up going on the Ghia at some point, and that car is gonna be sweet, like mint, perfect paint and everything. So by the time we go to put this in the Ghia, we'll have learned how to not scratch it, hopefully. And I think the Ghia actually has a bigger opening as well, so it'll probably go in a lot smoother. But we're learning. That's all, you know, that's what this is all about. It's just having fun and learning and figuring stuff out. That's what we're doing. So the goal now is to get this thing on that stand so we can drain the oil, take off the external oil filter and the hoses. Those need to be fixed. There's a couple of bad connectors on there, and I think what happened was I messed them up when I was moving this engine around. I was moving this engine around from in here to in my house because it sat inside my bedroom for 6 months, maybe a year. And I moved it a couple times, and when we were moving I moved it. So yeah, it messed up the connectors. So I need to get those connectors fixed, and we're also going to what are we doing? Put the engine seals in. So let's get this on a stand. All right, so I do have one of those hydraulic tables that go up to about this high, and they start about this low, which is perfect for getting these up on the stand. But it's out at the farm, so I need to pivot and figure out if there's another way we can do this without screwing this thing up. So I think I'm going to try to get this on the dolly and then strap the dolly with some span sets that I've got somewhere. Another thing I learned about putting the engine in and out is you want to cover this up like we did with that carpet, something thick and tough that can protect your paint. If you have really nice paint, you want to protect it, obviously, but it also protects the engine in case the engine rubs up against it, which it did here. Not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. This is a learning experience, and we're learning. So yeah, if you're gonna do it, cover that up with something. All right, I got span sets here, shackles, and we got this worn winch that I picked up last year when I got the Beetle. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but we beat the heck out of that thing, and it still works. So it's pretty impressive. I think we'll be able to pick up the engine with it as long as we can get it strapped properly. Let's try it. Sometimes it's good to just take a break and rethink it. I'm glad I did, because I was gonna try to lift this thing up with the shackles and span sets and everything, and it probably would have risked, you know, I think I could have done it, but it could have gone sideways real quick. I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but we can just hook it to the rear of the Ghia chassis. This is the 1967 Karma Ghia chassis that I rebuilt last year, and eventually the Karma Ghia body is going to go on top of it, and that's what this engine was originally built for, was the Karma Ghia. But I took a step back from the Karma Ghia for a while so I could advance my welding skills, which I think I did a little bit on the Beetle. But the chassis here at the house, and this is a perfect engine stand. It's low, you can get it up there with a jack, and you don't have to worry about trying to get it on here. Now, this is a great yoke that I bought. It's designed for Volkswagens and Porsches, and I like using that stand, but it's not necessary for what we're doing. We just need to be able to drain the oil and fix the external oil filter and mess around with it a little bit. So this is perfect. Let's get it on here. Man, I'm glad I thought of that. Just save myself like an hour or more of wrestling this thing and potentially messing it up. Sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees, as they say. Is that the right way to say it? Trees through the forest or something like that. Yeah. Crazy, right? This is going to be perfect. Get this stuff out of the way and we'll get it set up here. All right, let's do it. No. Oh. Don't want that. It'd be better if it wasn't, if the chassis wasn't on those dollies, because it'd be a little bit lower. Lower the better. We'll get it, hopefully. Another long jack would be better. This is a short one. But I think, oh, shoot. Dang it. Yeah, we need to be on. We need to be on that thing, not off of it. Shoot. The sump makes it a little more difficult. It'd probably be better with like a motorcycle jack. You got that wider spread on them. Be a lot better. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get one of those. I need to get one of those tables too for the house, because that would be a lot easier. This is a little tricky because it wants to lean back. Too high. We're too high, we're too low. Where are we at? A little too high. Just a hair. Oh, we're so close. So close. Alright, I moved things around a little bit. Let me get these out of here. And get it a little bit lower. I think that'll help. Also switch to the longer jack and put a cushion under it so it won't slide. I think that's going to help a lot. Yeah. That gets it a lot lower to the ground. Ooh, let's try that again. It's lower. I got a cushion under it so hopefully it won't slide as much. And I got the longer reach jack, so that should help too. Just getting these lined up is it's a little tricky. Let's try it. I definitely think I'm going to go get one of those motorcycle jacks. Specifically for doing this. Or maybe I'll just get that table. That table will probably be better. I think they're about the same price actually. Alright, this is working better already. There's just something about this long reach jack that just is more stable for some reason. And I've got that cushion under there now so it's not as slippery. Kind of got it on its, found the sweet spot for it. So, I think we're close. Slide it in. Yeah, that was a lot easier. For a second. Come on, baby. What's going on? Woo! I think I'm up a little too high. Shit, it's too low. Too high, too low. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. I don't know. You know what? You know what? I don't think this flywheel is made for this bell housing. Son of a bitch. Well, my genius idea just went out the window there, guys. Oh well. Okay. Never mind. Well, I guess that was not the right way to do it, because I forgot this bell housing. This is a 1965 transmission, and that's a newer flywheel, and they won't fit. It's hitting right here, it's hitting right here. So yeah, that flywheel's made for the bigger bell housing. I didn't think about that. All right, so back to the other idea. Can we get this engine on that stand? And I wonder if this jack will be high enough. We could try it. All right, let's see if we can get it on the stand. Bring this over here. Yeah. And we can put these down. Well, we're not having any luck so far, guys. Shoot. So the problem with this is going to be, will the engine slide in here? Can we get it up this high? And I don't know. Probably be smart to put this on first, if it'll fail in here. That tin is in the way. Dang it, man. Stand by. All right, we're hitting a couple of stumbling blocks here. It's all right. We need to get this tin off so that we can put the yoke on first, and then the yoke will already be on and we can slide it in there. That's if that jack will go up high enough, which it might. I don't know. We're gonna find out here in a second. Why is this so long? All right, let's see what happens. I don't know if we're gonna get up high enough. Maybe we will. But where's the thing? There it is. It's like we need to tilt it up this way some more. All right, I moved the stand up against the wall so we got something for it to keep it from moving. We've already got the yoke on there, bolted on, so if we get up high enough, let's slide it right in there. It's pretty stable. I've got some wood under the exhaust and carpet, and I've also got that cushion down there, so it's pretty stable. You definitely need to hold on to it. Right now I've got it in a sweet spot, but as you're jacking, you got to hold it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get high enough, but we're going to try. So let's see. Let's try it. It keeps wanting to come back on me because the jack goes up at an angle. So So I kind of need to keep shimmying it up. Okay, that might work. This might work. Hopefully, if it doesn't fall over. I think we might have enough height. But as it goes up, it tilts back. You gotta shimmy it some more. So that's an issue because we're kind of at an angle now. Although I can kind of hold it, but yeah, we're losing our angle right there. Let's see if we can get close. Oh, nearly. She almost went over. Yeah. All right, we got to level it out. And we got to, it would help if you had a couple extra hands. She's getting a little squirrely. Come on, baby. We're so close. Woo! Got it. Why isn't it going in? Whew. I think we got it, guys. Yeah. Wow. That was scary. Oh, I gotta make an adapter or something for this to fit around this nicely. Ooh. But the height is there. The height is there. Right, we did it. Woo! Good Lord, that was scary. That was a little risky, guys. I wouldn't recommend it. But we did it. And you can see here, it's almost perfect as far as the height that it needs. You see the jack goes right up to it. And there's actually a little bit more, there's another inch or so that it can go up to lift it out of there. The issue is it's so unbalanced. If we could make an adapter that could fit on here and kind of hug this sump, that would be awesome. Yeah, any of you fabricators out there, put something like that together, that'd be cool. And it could go in here. I think this comes out. I'm pretty sure this comes out somehow. Probably have to take this rubber thing off. Yeah, there's a bolt right there. So if we could come up with I'm sure somebody's probably already done it. I would imagine somebody's already created some sort of an adapter plate for that to help lift these things up. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Just wanted to bring you along for the engine removal, and I'm sure a lot of you guys could find that helpful. And the engine and the engine mounting on the stand, although a little risky, it does work. And if we could come up with or if you know somebody that has the adapter, that'd be awesome. Definitely be worth it. You do need the longer jack to get up that high, and it's nice to have that yoke already on there. The next time we work on this, we're going to take the external oil filter off and fix whatever's leaking. Something's leaking in here, and it wasn't leaking when Darren built it, so I must have screwed it up when I was moving it around. So yeah, we're gonna get some good fittings for that and get that leak fixed. So yeah, stick around. We're gonna get this thing all figured out and tuned up and set up so that we can get it in and out of here easily. And eventually we're gonna get it in here, and it's gonna stay in here for a little while, and we're gonna have some fun with it once we get the glass and all that stuff in. And eventually it might end up going in the Ghia, or maybe we'll build a different engine for the Ghia. We'll see. And there's all these, technical things you have to figure out, because this is an old transmission. It won't fit on a bigger flywheel, so you have to know all that stuff. I forgot about that. And yeah, so I'll see you guys on the next one. On the next one, we'll put the engine seals in. We'll fix the oil leak, hopefully, and get all that stuff done. There might be a 914 video before that, so just hang out. We're gonna have some midweek videos, hopefully, and keep this thing going. All right, guys. See ya on the next one. Later. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later. Oh, check it out. We got some lights. We got loose ground or something.